My people, we gave Stardew Valley villagers a bunch of ridiculous traits and then we photoshopped them so that we could visualize what they looked like. I'm playing with Brandigan, by the way, Lichatton, and M, and we're going to enter into a bracket-style tournament where we decide who would be the villager that wins in a fight with these special powers. How are we going to decide on this? No other way than asking you, the Twitch chat, to vote. Let's get right into it. Each of us has made 2 different characters for this competition. So we have 8 people in total, and we're just gonna do single elimination brackets, and we're just gonna see how that works out, I guess. The first one is my creation, actually. We have Haley, who shoots poison darts from her nose. She is armed with a musket, but she believes she is invisible, despite being fully opaque. So all of the characters have 2 good traits and 1 bad trait, which I think is very fun. So here is the way that I visualized that right here. Little musket action. I definitely just put like a gun over top of the sword that she was holding. And that's a poison dart gun just sticking right out the nose. And I didn't know how to visualize that she's invisible, so I just made her partially invisible. And I guess maybe
transparent.
Yeah, so she's like partially transparent, but she thinks that makes her entirely transparent. So that'll be a little bit of a detriment. Our next contestant is the wizard, who is Brandigan. So I'm going up against Brandon's character right now.
I love this one so much.
It's so good.
This one,
so good.
We're opening with some heat right now. We have
great fire, let me tell you.
the wizard, who is armed with a nail gun. He controls a tween army, despite them all being 15 years older than him because he is a baby. This is that creation right here. And I really like how you've said anarchy in all capital letters. Brandon, explain your process here.
Okay, let me paint you guys a little picture, right? When I first got this, the nail gun wasn't what jumped out at me, you know? And being a baby, he's a smart baby. He's got magical powers. It's not a problem at all. But the big thing here is the tween army. But I was thinking to myself, you know, there's some very dedicated fan bases, younger fan bases even, right? And I know in particular the Minecraft Twitter scene has a lot of very dedicated fans that are usually on the younger side. And so yes, the wizard has taken control over the tweens, and he is representing himself as the Minecraft legend Dream himself.
Right.
And that's how he's controlling these tweens.
All right, so now at this time, Brandon and I are each going to make our arguments. We'll keep it relatively short, but we're each going to make our arguments for why we think our character would beat the other one in a fight. Dude, where do I even start? So, where do I even start? So, do
you want to know how many tweens I have, by the way, if you're trying to, attack?
I see 7 of them. Are there more that aren't pictured?
Oh, yeah, there's millions. This is just the front line.
Oh, man.
Do you know where muskets originate from? The musket has already seen armies. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the attack speed of a blow dart gun also, but those things can pump out pretty quick, so I'm not really worried about your numbers. I also am not really worried, you know, an army is only useful if it has a commanding leader. And as a baby, I'm afraid that Goo Goo Gaga isn't great direction. Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
Fair enough, but are you ready for my argument?
Yes, okay.
The wizard has magical powers. He is controlling his tween army telepathically, and every single tween is willing to lay down their lives and throw their bodies in front of my baby wizard to catch a musket ball or even a poison arrow dart. Let me remind chat, if you're not familiar with muskets, do you know how they're loaded and how long they take to load? That thing is a single shot, and then he's not shooting again, or Haley's not shooting again for 3 minutes. You know, we don't have to worry about that. Even the poison dart, how many tweens can you knock out? I think I would rather have a nail gun versus a musket and a poison dart. And with that, sir, I rest my case.
All right, we'll let the chat decide. Whoever votes 1, you get VIP for a month.
Oh my god. Talk about desperate over here. Oh my god.
Don't do it, guys.
All right. We're just gonna pretend like maybe there were some more ones that didn't get a chance to vote, but Haley is defeated by the tween army. Fine. All right, very nice. Wizard, moving on. Next up, so we have Lichat. Lichat's Pierre, who is armed with a sadness ray, swinging a shark on a chain, but really has to pee, unfortunately. So that's Lichat's character, and this is what Pierre looks like with those qualities right here.
I I mean, I had items that I needed to put together. I didn't know how I was gonna let the shark. That's actually my third shark that I attempted to put through the thing. It just kind of worked. And then I looked up a ray and I saw an actual manta ray, and then I saw a tear. So I actually glued on, I don't know if you can see, if you zoom in, you might see there's actually crying tears happening. And I just Googled have to pee and that picture came up. So I just threw on the bottom, and then I was like, crap, she only has one hand. So then I took the ray and I had like tears shooting out on top of the manta ray. So it's like you get the tears and the manta ray like all in one. So it's kind of like they've got two things attacking there, two creatures. We got a shark and a manta ray. Like, I would not want to be in the middle of that fight. I'm just saying.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. And now the introduction to M's character. This is Penny. Penny is covered in spikes. This is my favorite one. Penny is covered in spikes. She can fly, but only 2 feet above the ground. And unfortunately, she has no legs. And M, what have you chosen to name this character? Or where'd you draw inspiration from?
Oh, originally, I just took the body of a woman and then erased the legs. But then this morning, I was like, you know what else doesn't have legs? Geodude.
Oh my god, there's no way.
Dude.
How is she gonna defend herself though? All she has is like, well, I guess they're like fists. So like, okay,
it's all
I
offense.
don't know, man. It could go either way. It could go either way.
My thought was she can fly but only 2 feet above the ground, so maybe she could like punch off the ground and kind of get some momentum, like launch herself at her attacker.
That's a terrifying image. All right, arguments.
I mean, if you're crying, can you even see me? Can you even attack me if you're crying? Like, can you even see? Like, there's a whole like force field there, and the shark's just gonna bite your head off before you can think of anything anyways. So even if my shark's dead, I still have a manta ray.
My hope is that the spikes will protect from the shark bites, you know, because I don't know, like stab it through the mouth. It's kind of violent. I'm sorry. She's just gonna try to roll/launch towards Pierre, just to cut it off right at the source. Ignore the shark, ignore the ray. She goes straight for Pierre.
Let's let the Twitch chat decide. The poll is live right now. Press 1 for Pierre, 2 for Penny. Dude, that's a 2 from me. I think that's an easy win.
You know, it is just so tough, but those arms and those forearms just look so big. I'm going with Penny.
That was a really interesting choice of arms right there. All right, very nice. And with that, Penny, the Geodude, does move on to our next round. Well fought.
Love you, Lichatton.
Your
It's fine.
Photoshop is fantastic for this one. I really like the use
really
of a ray. Like, I think that's
I gotta admit, I was not expecting an actual ray.
I was like, oh wait, they probably meant a gun.
Yeah.
Just throws the ray.
Oh, very good, very good.
Oh god.
Okay, so I have me and Lichat going up against each other next, but Brandon and M both already have someone going into the next round, so maybe we could switch it, and I go me versus M, and Lichat versus Brandon?
Sure.
And then that way, we'll all at least have a chance. Lichat, you and I at least have a chance to get into the next round.
You're already trying to rig this competition.
Little bit. I want to be in it. Yeah, so we'll do next is going to be my Emily right here. So Emily has an infinite, I'll move over to the right side here, but Emily has an infinite sausage lasso. That one was fun to try to visualize. And then if that becomes a little too unwieldy, she's got 2 extra arms to handle it, but also she's morbidly obese, unfortunately. So that's a bit of a like dexterity issue. So you may be wondering, this lasso goes into the sheath right here, and that it just extends forever. So if she needs to produce more sausage lasso, she can. Probably the cause of her morbid obesity, if I'm being completely honest with you, which is a little unfortunate. But I'm proud of who she is. So that's my character. Next up is M's character of Elliot. Elliot has been armed with a bacon-wrapped baseball bat. He's got 3-foot fingernails. Those fingernails are on the hands that are glued to his hips, unfortunately. M did a lot of drawing for this one right here. M, take it away. Where'd you find an inspiration here?
Well, I gotta admit, the hands glued to the hips was a pretty tough blow. considering both of the other traits were based on his hands. So that kind of threw me for a little bit. Brandigan actually gave me the idea to put the baseball bat in his mouth, so at least he can still use it.
Oh my god.
So that's what I did for that. That was my inspiration.
All right, I'd like to make my argument by setting a scene. It's high noon. The sun is in the dead center of the sky, and Emily is waiting in the middle of town. Elliot rolls up with his baseball bat, and the clock strikes. Emily lassos out and grabs your baseball bat away from you, and you're just left looking like an idiot out of the Guinness Book of World Records doing the final step of the Macarena. I don't see how you win that.
Elliot uses the bacon-wrapped baseball bat to lure Emily near.
Oh,
Then
oh god, that might work.
hits her to the ground, and then the only way that I thought of that he could possibly use the fingernails is if he like jumped on top of someone and then scratched them. Like they're really pointed down. So that's his main attack.
So you say that my morbid obesity is a downfall where it will tempt me closer to you so that you can get the jump on me, but I would argue that Emily is not mobile in the first place, so even if she wants to make her way over to you, she cannot. I think what she's gonna do is lasso the baseball bat directly into her mouth and eat the whole thing, wooden bat and all.
That is a good point. Well, you know, Elliot's really dexterous. He could just run around. Maybe Emily's not that accurate with the lasso.
It's infinite. It doesn't matter. I'll make a big ol' circle and then I will make it smaller and you're mine. Hey, you can vote 1 for Emily, 2 for Elliot right now. And I'm calling it. I'm calling it a victory for my sweet Emily with 22 to 10. You made a good argument given your handicap.
I still love that bat. I love the bat. It's fantastic. I love the use of the imagery too. The fingernails are fantastic.
Another case of the photoshopping like losing, like the better photoshopped image losing, unfortunately. But okay, so that was Emily right there, and now for our final battle of round 1, we have Brandigan's Sam. Sam is wearing an impenetrable tuxedo. Very interesting. He has majestic flaming antlers, but that tuxedo is way too tight. Here's how. That's a really tight tuxedo. I don't know how you found that picture. Brandon, talk to us.
Yeah. I looked for tight tuxedos, and don't Google that. It's
yeah, talk to us, Brandon. What about talk us through this.
Sure. You know, obviously indestructible. Nothing's getting through the tuxedo, right? I don't care if it's too tight. Maybe some mobility will be lost, right? I can understand that. You know, if you ever put on pants and maybe you gained a pound or two and, you know, you can't really stretch down to tie your shoes, I get it. But the flaming antlers, right? Let me bring you, no spoilers, but I'll bring you to one of my favorite shows until they ruined it in season 8, Game of Thrones. And one of the houses is House Baratheon. Has some of my favorite characters of all time. Stannis Baratheon. He was actually the true heir to the throne. We don't need to get into that. But their motto is "Ours is the Fury," and their logo or house sigil is like a buck with, you know, big antlers. So I see Sam probably losing his hair instantly because it's on fire, and I don't think he has fireproof hair, but those things on his head, man, that's like a, you know, a 500-pound moose coming right at you, and it's on fire. You better watch out.
Oh my god, what an argument. Yeah, nice. And so the person that creation will be going up against, I've never seen a more badass character while that is like wearing clothes that are too tight. Lichatton's second character is Gunther. He is riding a depressed centaur. He has a sonic scream and he is elderly. I was really excited to see how this one turned out.
He's got a cane. I kind of tried
That's
to
his
like.
elderly.
Okay, the funniest part about this is you'll notice Gunther's missing hair. I didn't know how to make him look like he had less hair because Gunther has a lot of hair. So I actually had to like have a second picture and then I cropped it around and then I like threw it back a little bit just to the point where it was still matching up with the glasses and he still had an ear. I read it again after I finished it and I realized that it says riding a depressed centaur, but I made him the centaur. So
I don't know if that's an advantage or not.
It's a 2-in-1. It's a 2-in-1. Like, he's old, but look at that body. Look at those abs, man. I actually had to Google what a centaur was I actually didn't know what it was, but once I did, I was like, oh man, it's gonna be one handsome, hunky Gunther. Look at him.
You know, a lot of people don't know this, but that just is Gunther's body. You put the bottom half of the horse, that's new. Gunther
all
looks
I
like that.
had.
That's what's behind the desk at all the town events.
Yes. This is what you guys are all missing out on. So when you exclude Gunther from your town event, what you're really doing is excluding all of this from your events. Who needs a horse? You have Gunther, man.
What an intro. What an intro. Hey, go at it, you two. Go ahead.
Lichatton, you want to make your case before I destroy you?
Do I want to make my case before? You think you're going to destroy me? Dude, if you're flaming, you're going to catch fire before you even make your way over to me. I can just run away from you. I can outrun you. Look at my legs. I got 4. You got 2.
Fire. Yeah, I may lose some hair, or Sam may lose some hair, but you know, it's still a valid weapon.
I don't even need hair. Look at me.
Okay, so tell me what you're gonna do to me. What are you gonna scream at me and beat me with a cane? You're not riding a depressed centaur, you just are a depressed centaur, and I don't think you have the motivation to go up against a species quite like Sam.
I take offense. Depressed people can be pretty aggressive, okay? Like, just because he has feelings doesn't mean he can't fight back. Look at the size of that cane. It is fancy AF. I Googled that cane, and that cane was the best cane I could come up with. It's gotta be fancy. Gunther, nothing but the best for Gunther, okay?
Sam is gonna come at you like a bull on fire, and you're waving a red flag. It's gonna be all out. I don't even know if that sonic scream can help you. I mean, maybe he can just plug his ears.
He doesn't need to plug his ears. He can just run away. But that's what a wimp would do, run away from a fight. But you've only got 2 legs to run away, not 4.
Oh, I'm not running away from this fight. Sam is going to stand his ground, put his head down, and come at you like a spider monkey. I don't know.
Did you just say that only cowards run away from fights, but Gunther is better at running away? Let's vote, shall we?
I feel like
Ice Cream Man said he can't plug his ears, the tuxedo is too tight. And that may be true.
Yeah,
he may not be able to reach.
Oh, it gets better, though. Before we vote, it gets better. His sonic screams are in French, all right?
Oh.
So they're French, making it thus more resonating. And he rolls his R's, so it's like, and then he like gets you.
Is that just a creative choice that you've taken with the character?
I'm sure.
You've just taken that creative liberty. That was not in the card description that I gave you, Lichatton.
I went a step further. You didn't say what he was sonic screaming. He can sonic scream whatever he wants. I'm just saying.
It's probably something really sad.
How do you know? You don't know that.
He is a depressed centaur. He's probably like, please invite me to the town events. Well, despite all of the many flaws with Gunther's character, it looks like Gunther... Okay, sorry. Gunther did actually end up winning that round. How about that? Gunther...
It was the abs.
It was the abs. Gunther a little bit less sad after that.
My twin army will be coming for you later.
I know.
All right. So we need not introduce our characters this time, just how they would fare against each other in battle. Lichatton, I happen to notice that cane. Is that just for show? I doubt that it's just for show.
No, it's so that I can poke you and be like, I'm Grandpa. Look at my cane. Give me that lasso.
I doubt that. I have a feeling that no one has a cane as a weapon, all right? You would have a sword or something if you wanted to attack me. That cane...
How do you know what I'm going to use as my weapon? Don't assume what my weapon is.
I don't doubt that you'll use it as a weapon, but I doubt that you have it because it's a good weapon. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think that's because you're elderly and your 2 left legs are weaker and they need the assistance of a cane. I would like to argue that Emily is so fat and has so much just fat in her system that her ears have swollen shut and will not be affected by the sonic scream. That is what I think. I also think that the infinite sausage lasso, just again, just like a TIE fighter, whatever that was, an X-Wing, taking out an AT-AT in Star Wars, just wrap around the 4 legs, and call it a day.
I take offense to that because have you seen my character? You can say that my character is old, but my character is fit, and my character can take anyone in a fight.
Look, I think your character's only fit because you didn't do the prompt right, all right? You were supposed to be riding a fit thing and be old, but you just...
So now the rules are changing because I have a better argument?
The rules aren't changing. I just wasn't against you last round. I'm bringing up all the stuff I was thinking before.
Well, if you watch The Walking Dead, they can do a lot of damage with a stick. I'm just saying.
But so your argument is your main source of damage is blunt force. We just talked about a couple rounds ago. A bullet couldn't penetrate the 3 feet of fat that I have. I got this picture from my 800-pound life. You're not hitting that with a stick and doing any damage, all right? It's like a beanbag chair. Like, I refuse to believe the cane will be an effective weapon, and I feel bad for you, honestly.
That's really harsh. That's really harsh on Emily. Like, I feel bad for Emily. Like, don't be saying stuff like that about Emily. But I would be poking her face. Let's just be clear.
I'm sorry. I gotta roll with it. All right. I'm trying to turn the morbidly obese into an advantage. All right. I think we can just let them vote. I think we can let them vote here. Brandon, what are you guys thinking on this one?
I'm kind of feeling Gunther.
I just imagine, that sausage lasso. It can't be very durable. I don't think you're gonna trip a centaur with it. So I see Gunther, just running around. Okay, you're saying he can't use his sonic scream. I probably disagree, but he'll just keep running around, bopping her in the head until she's incapacitated.
Oh man, you know what they say? A lasso is only as strong as its weakest sausage link, and I admit defeat. Gunther, you have bested me. I'm sorry for the mean things that I said about you.
Well,
And also,
I just feel bad for.
I feel bad for Emily.
Emily.
Also. I'm
Yes,
sorry, Emily.
My
Look,
goodness.
I was trying to turn it into an
No
advantage.
body shaming.
Oh man. All right, so down goes Emily, and we are down to the other half of our semifinals, where we have M and Brandigan. Brandigan's character of the Wizard will be taking on M's character of Geodude.
Wizard is a very strong opponent. I'm very nervous right now.
So Geodude is... I can't even fit... She's so wide and sturdy. I can't fit her on the... I can't fit her in the thing. Oh
just
my
like
god.
Her head is like the perfect size.
It's beautiful. All right, go at it.
Em, what do you have to say for yourself?
I think the tweens, along with loving Minecraft, also love Pokemon.
Oh!
So maybe, they'll see Penny and then be like, "Oh, should we love Geodude? should we attack right now?" Like, they'll be confused for a second, which is all the time that Penny needs to launch herself towards the wizard and take him out with her spiky fists. And then once you lose the wizard, the tween army is no longer controlled.
Ah, but there is a fatal flaw in your argument. You see, I don't know when Minecraft came out, but I know it wasn't too long ago. Let's say 2016 for argument's sake. Pokemon, it's been around a while, right? The first games, was that like 1999? I remember being a young little tot sitting in the back of my mother's car playing Game Boy, catching a Geodude. The big thing here is that Geodude is a Generation 1 Pokemon. And Zoomers, anybody that was born after 2000, they don't have much appreciation for the beauty that is Geodude. I think my tween army is going to surround myself. And then I'm just going to start commanding them, horde after horde, to run at you. You only have so many spikes. So yeah, I may lose a lot of tweens. But you know what? Quantity, right? Their bodies. And they're going to get stuck on those spikes. And I don't even think I'm going to use my nail gun. I don't think the baby's going to do anything. You're going to be piled 10 feet wide of just bodies of tweens at the bottom of that pile. There's really not much you can do.
That is such a dark image.
Slowly suffocate.
The Teen Army's so powerful. Why are there millions of them?
Look, I feel like we have to put a solid, like actual number to this army, because you can't just say you have a billion tweens. There aren't a billion tweens.
Me.
I have to point out something Mr. Penguin Panda said also on the terms of Pokemon. He did say that Steel is effective versus Rock, which is interesting.
I guess my hope at this point would be that Penny would be able to plow through / launch over most of the teens, then take out some of them and the wizard. That would be my hope.
Do you have a maximum fly speed, Em? If Brandon doesn't have a maximum army size, then I feel like you don't have a maximum flying speed.
Oh, true. I could just go break the sonic barrier with my...
Oh my god, she has her own sonic scream.
No,
Oh my god.
No, I don't think I can go that fast. I mean, she's just pushing herself off the ground. It's not that fast. but maybe it's fast enough, you know? Maybe it's just enough.
As a last resort, the wizard will use his little baby arms to flail that nail gun around. I don't imagine he has good aim at all, but a nail gun has a very high capacity magazine. My hope is that one of those nails will connect, and I think that's all I need.
All right, I think it's vote time.
So close.
Oh, it's so close. It's 50-50. I'm voting
it's
Penny.
50-50.
Oh my god, it's exactly 50-50. Next vote wins. I'm doing it. Oh, it's Penny! Oh, at the last second.
Just
Oh,
barely, just
man.
barely.
Wow.
Penny brings it away.
Wow. Dude, well fought, both of you.
But
Well
GG's,
fought.
Em. That is
GG.
a monster cursed photoshopped penny, and I love it.
Oh my god, and ladies and gentlemen, it all comes down to this. Perhaps the two of my favorite Photoshop jobs of the competition so far. All right, go ahead, make your arguments.
All right, so I'm gonna put a little bit more of an emphasis on the Sonic Blast because I feel like the Sonic Blast, other than it being French and very loud and rolling its R's, I feel like there's more to it. Basically, this Sonic Blast is the best feature of this creature on top of the abs. Let's be honest, the abs is the best feature, but while I'm distracting Penny with my gorgeous abs, even though I'm like 70 and I have these gorgeous abs, I'm just saying, I'm Sonic screaming, I'm cracking and breaking all of the spikes, they disappear and all of a sudden it's just a penny, a Geo penny without any spikes. What do you do?
can a Sonic Blast break my spikes? Saying the spikes are broken. She can still launch her stuff. Look at her powerful arms. She's got very weirdly small biceps but strong forearms. She's gonna roll and do some dodging maneuvers to avoid the scream because he still has to aim it, you know. Her
But if the
rolling and jumping will allow her to avoid it and get up close.
This is the most divisive one so far. I'm starting the poll.
My only idea for surviving the Sonic scream, I would love to hear what he's yelling in French, by the way, Lichat.
Let's get an example. Hold on. Let's get an example of that before we move on.
I'm trying to think of what to say now.
No, first thing, right now.
Stop,
First thing you think
stop.
of. What's he yelling in French? Go.
Hey, enlève-toi off ma pelouse.
What is that?
Hey kid, get off my lawn.
Yeah, yeah.
That's so good. That's so good. French is too powerful. Penny only knows one language.
I'm voting Penny. I think he's too old. That is the end of the poll right now. The winner is
Yay!
Gunther. It is Gunther. Congratulations.
We did it.
Gunther, the winner.
Congrats, GG.
This monstrosity won. Even though you misunderstood the prompt and just made him into a centaur.
It's fine. It's fine.
That was great.